Another question here, does this affect the title conversion process? Yes, absolutely. This is precisely why the Registry Index Map is the most critical document after a green card, in my opinion. The green card is what gives birth to your title and the rest. The Registry Index Map is what is supported by the mutation form. If you had to concede anything, I would say that the green card and the R.I.M are the most important. But without question, the title deed is secondary to these two documents. So absolutely, when it comes to title conversion for your area, you will need your original copy of your title deed, your identification documents, your ID and PIN certificate or passport, and finally, you will need your registry index map, not your mutation form, not your deed plan, because that's the whole point. They're phasing these out as reference documents in terms of ascertaining the legitimacy or existence, the physical existence of your property within the boundaries of the sovereign Republic of Kenya. I know it sounds like a mouthful, but it's just in a long way to say, to make sure that your property actually exists, right? Otherwise, you might have bought thin air. I should point out here also, in terms of the differences between a mutation form and a registry index map, a mutation form will typically show you the LR number and the dimensions of the piece of land, right? It will also show you who the direct neighbors are on either side, or on all four sides if you do have neighbors surrounding you, because that sort of tells you where the physical location is relative to your neighbors. But the registry index map, beyond that, will tell you the shape of the piece of land, the shape of the neighboring pieces of land, and beyond that, the whole region. For instance, the one I have in front of me is for Kaputier South. It is sheet number 4. It contains probably, I don't know, 20,000 acres worth of land on that one sheet. So I can tell you who my neighbors are 5, 6, 7 rows away, and I can accurately reference the physical location of my property. Maybe I should give you an example, a practical example of why this is important. About 10 years ago, we were buying a piece of land in Nanyuki. The owner took us to see the beacon, you know, those flat pancake-shaped beacons on the ground. And sure enough, the number that was scribbled on that concrete beacon matched the number on the title deed that we were shown. And so when we initiated the process, one of the things we like to do before we risk too much money, as part of our due diligence, we hired a licensed surveyor to go and confirm the boundaries, dimensions, shape, and all that for this particular property. Shock on us, he came back in his report and said that, listen, the LR number that you're doing your due diligence on is actually positioned 2 kilometers away from the one you are actually shown, right? So had we not done that, we would have probably bought a piece of land, we'd have fenced it, maybe built a house on it, and one day some random person will come out with pangas and rungus claiming that we grabbed their land, and they would have been right, because what we were shown on the ground was not the accurate physical position of the land we were looking for. And this is why registry index maps are important, because they will show you exactly where your piece of land is as relates to everything else in that locality. Okay, so I hope that helps.